be funky, 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 funky. It's got to be funky. Species, but I sing no victim song. I am a woman, I am an artist, and I know where my voice belongs.
They got the lyrical assassin, the black pack and back passing, that future flavor, they savor, they got them broadcasting. The diamond cut fader, that chocolate Laura Croft Tomb Raider, real estate trader and crusader, now who's greater? My predominance along with confidence tells me that it's needless that I respond to this. Camouflage my prejudice, get ahead of this. I might still have some change for you derelicts. I see through some people, it's a gift that was inherited. The rain came for the passion and pain, yo, I buried it, cause stress kills. And how do you maintain when you worry me? I lace them trees with tracks into CDs and wax, so you know it's a BKTAO. To claim a spot when I was rising to the top, I kept it neat to hold the rocks and they could feel it when it's hot. The shot kept them swerving and slurring, it's reoccurring, observing the selflessness, the bliss, mean the murders.
I gave you revolutionary music, the 12-step program, instructions on dogma that explain to you who I am. The demolition man, cryogenically frozen under a maximum holding facility until the seal was broken. When the door opened, what I saw looked nothing like a man. I needed ibuprofen for the swelling in my hand. After 30 years of sitting awkwardly inside a can, now I could finally see where I stand. And God's plan, it was all part of the process. I had to be unconscious in order for him to lock into a part of my subconscious, so logic wouldn't interfere with a clean heart to embark on the task set before me. You were all witness before long, the four forms of conquest, war, famine, and death, to the likes of which I was meant to warn you in depth. Does the elephant in the room translate to impending doom? Well, it hasn't happened yet. I don't know how soon. Prepare.
Follow the process. You a little league, not a pro yet. Who you gonna protect? I be the rapper, rip the apple out of your neck. Sit with the magi, close down the vortex. Forearm like Gore-Tex, house like Skeletor. Vultures round the fortress, in sync and inconsistent like 4X. Kicking your door, hand a sacral like corset. Reiki master, bring a table to your doorstep. You want my wiring, I'm plugged in and cordless. Beauty, abundance, how a day is gorgeous. Love back to you, to your boundaries and borders. I'm filling up my orders, only giving out but not to lead you to the slaughters. To sit with the pigs with different color wigs. Food, clothing, shelter, living off the grid is not for you to be the troll under my bridge. Yeah.
and then there's what I am. SAM, seriously a monster. Check the DNA strain. The genetics deeply embedded is the kind of pedigree that makes you fumble. A concoction, good as your mama gumbo. There's human and then there's what I am. SAM, seriously a monster. Check the DNA strain. The genetics deeply embedded is the kind of pedigree that makes you fumble. A concoction, good as your mama's gumbo. Come out with your hands up, don't make a sudden move. Unless you're waving a white flag and got nothing to prove. If God speaks silence, Samssun speaks scream. I took the hammer from Thor, smashed the head of Hercules, stole the thunder from Zeus, turned Poseidon into fish food, plucked Odin's eye out, dropped it and made the earth move, teleported from coordinates out of the solar system, one that mirrors this one in the middle of a black hole. False idols as far as the eye could see were cracked into pieces, creating a masterpiece on a planet yet the masterpiece. War is in the forecast for the next 7 days. Meteorologists see a bloodbath covered in thumbtacks to post pictures of chaos, chronologically informing folk which landmass to stay on. Beware the typhoons tomorrow tearing through the coastline. If I don't get to Neptune and catch him with a clothesline. It's human and then there's what I am. SAM, seriously a monster. Check the DNA strain. The genetics deeply embedded is the kind of pedigree that makes you fumble. A concoction, good as your mama gumbo. There's human and then there's what I am. SAM, seriously a monster. Check the DNA strain. The genetics deeply embedded is the kind of pedigree that makes you fumble. A concoction, good as your mama's gumbo. King of the kaiju, Samssun bows to no man. Not Conan, not a bunch of mean girls, not Lindsay Lohan, not Lincoln, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Clinton, or Bush. None of the 45 that helped turn this country to mush. Comb the entire galaxy, high and low, search hard. My knees bend only when I'm in the presence of God. Witness the upper echelon, litmus test from now on. The measurement stick of melodic composition proving you wrong. In fact, you're in the wrong field, like the children of the corn who should be in the field of dreams, waiting for vegetable oil to get fried, dyed, and laid to the side like a conch. By the son of a gun you wouldn't want to meet in the dark. Hawk, who goes there? The innovator, making spectacles out of spectators and your fan favorites. Wanna be famous? I can think of other ways. Keep playing with fire, you end up getting blazed. It's human and then there's what I am. SAM, seriously a monster. Check the DNA strain. The genetics deeply embedded is the kind of pedigree that makes you fumble. A concoction, good as your mama gumbo. There's human and then there's what I am. SAM, seriously a monster. Check the DNA strain. The genetics deeply embedded is the kind of pedigree that makes you fumble. A concoction, good as your mama's gumbo.
It's just a wonderful, wonderful experience to have gumbo, and everybody needs to have it. Gumbo is basically something that people have fun with. They gather together in homes and they share a big pot of gumbo and just have a good time eating and having fellowship together. Gumbo. Gumbo.
Coming out, God bless you and good night. No shoes, no socks, no box, I just wanna be free. That's what we want. Freedom, freedom, freedom. That's what we want. When these last days and times, I don't just write rhymes, it's all motivated by freedom, freedom. A long time ago I told you pay attention to the signs, but you didn't, so it got denied. Freedom. We shouldn't have to run it high, shouldn't be so tongue-tied. Are you scared that they won't provide? Freedom, freedom. Somebody lied, knew the power that was deep inside could probably help us all find. Freedom. They made our story history, took excitement, made it corny, so to learn it you decline. Freedom, freedom. Yeah, it's free to be dumb, but it costs to be wise. Do you wanna jeopardize? If you do, that's fine. Don't expect me to co-sign, y'all. I really want mine. I ain't kissing no behind while they conquer and divide. I'm inclined to redefine. You know why? You know what? That's what we want. Okay. From the rooftops, the city blocks, wherever you are, scream, give us free. Freedom, freedom. Like that brother from Amistad, you'll remember the scene. Colonizers like, what you mean? We do not do that here. Back to work, keep the house clean. Cook me up some lima beans. Was not in the forecast, our ancestors knew it, so they dare not make a scene. was definitely not physical, it came in the mind. Sing about it, picking cotton on the line. Every now and then, Master got glass and an iced tea. He drank while he was eating swine. See, the house slave didn't want to go nowhere. He liked it there.
Mic check.
Was probably the dumbest idea he ever had heard. He liked eating scraps, wearing hand-me-down shirts that Master gave. He said, just behave. Why would you want to ask for?
Man.
Straight out of Willie Lynch, a student of the game. Let them all leave, he would have stayed. Yes, isn't for everyone. No.
Salute, y'all. Samssun, you hear me, my brother?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
You hear me?
Yes, indeed.
All right, cool.
Oh, man, shout out to the chat room. What's up, Anton? Salute. To Karim, salute. Put my camera on. Word up, y'all. It's Friday. Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Samssun Djaytiger. We back in the building. We are also live on the Full Blast Radio app. Make sure you get that app. We're doing a lot of revamping to it for the spring. And download it for free for Apple and Android. Hear live shows. You hear us talking right now on it. And as well as live streaming music 24 hours a day. Word. So what's up, my brother? How you doing, man?
Hanging in there, bro. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, man.
Life is life has its share of ups and downs, twists and turns.
Always. Never a straight line.
Just the thing is to stay on the road, not to get off the road. If you get off the road by your own control, because mostly we're not in control of how the road goes, but we can get off the road. That's not a positive thing to do. So the thing is to stay on the road no matter what twists and turns, and just remain positive, remain diligent, and remember, any plan takes time. And as the song goes, there's a process, there's steps. So just to be diligent and remember that those steps take time and not to get discouraged. We have to sometimes encourage ourselves by we have to fool ourselves sometimes by just thinking positive and just saying, like, you know, it will happen, it will come into fruition. And we have to just continue to reinforce the positive and not look at the negative, because negative is always going to be there, but there's always a positive. If the positive isn't in front of you, it's behind you. So reflect on the past, you know, reflect on the hardships and how you got through them, because if you're here today, you obviously overcame the hardships of the past. So the thing is to reflect and go back to those hardships that you overcame and say, if I got through those, I'm gonna get through these.
Yeah.
We have to constantly self-evaluate and constantly encourage ourselves to move forward.
Yeah, because when you're in it, you know, it's rough. Like you said, you know, if you survived it yesterday, you know, you can survive it today. I know for a lot of people, it's an ongoing, you know, process. Like I'm still in it. You know what I mean? I'm sure you're still in it. But you gotta believe somehow, some way there's a light at the end of that tunnel. You know, I don't know. Is there TV in the background? Something I can't.
Yeah, my son downstairs. Emmanuel,
I just wanted to bleed through.
I need you to turn it down more, buddy. I need you to turn that down. It's okay, buddy. Turn it down. How's that?
Oh, good. Your microphone's official. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the sign of a good microphone right there. Pick up everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's you know, be overwhelming, man. Like gets me out of my mood of creating music. Sometimes too, when that's my thing to go to, you know, when I want to escape, you know. But then when you can't even do that, it's like, you know.
Yeah, I get it, man. It's hard, man. It's like with me, quite often, as you see, my son's downstairs. It's like I hardly get time, like the recording that I do. You will be surprised in the environment in which I'm recording it.
Mm-hmm.
That I'm able to get anything done.
Right.
I'm literally peaking, like for interruption when I'm recording my vocals. When I'm like everything is just very. It's not relaxed, bro.
Right.
It's not a relaxed environment. And I remember the days when I had a relaxed environment to record and to create. And you know, it went a lot smoother, it went a lot quicker. But now I just have to it's like I'm doing what I gotta do. And a lot of times I find myself being a little too hard on myself because it's not like, you know, it's not like what we're doing, like we have a release date or in like you know, like we're being pressed by anybody else, like outside
labels
of what you and I are doing. Like we don't have a label. It's not like I got a label on my neck saying, yo, you gotta have this done. But but acting like a label, like we're acting as our own label. So I tend to do that myself. I tend to probably be harder than a label would be on me.
Right.
You know, it's like, okay, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this done. But sometimes in forcing to get things done, you're not always getting the best product. You're not always getting the best quality. And it's unfortunate, but it's just dealing with the hand that you're dealt with, and not complaining, because like life is what it is for everybody. You know, with a lot of times we look at things like, yeah, if I had more money, but I mean, it sounds cliche, but more money, more problems. Like it's real. It's real. You look at people who have the money, and those are the ones who are taking their own lives. Those are the ones who are, you know, stressed to a whole nother degree of stress that we don't even see.
Yeah, or in doing stuff that shouldn't be doing, you know, and it's coming to fruition now after years of doing dirt.
Because they're trying to alleviate their stress in ways that are not common, you know, and so you got to be thankful for that. Sometimes it's better to be in the trenches and be, you know, immediately my mind just went to third world countries and look how grateful they are for everything that they receive. Look how they live and love each other going through what they're going through, you know, whether it be you know, hunger, whether it be health, you know, they're stronger in a different in a way that we're not here, because you know, I look at all these different diseases or like lactose intolerant and things like that. Third world country ain't got time to be lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I need that milk.
You hunger
I'm gonna
intolerant.
die. Yeah,
hunger intolerant. Like here, we got lactose and I don't remember that when I was a kid. Lactose intolerant. Like, oh, you get something, you grateful to have something to put in your belly, you know. So you just it's about putting things in perspective, man. You know, it's about just putting everything in perspective and moving forward, bro. Like, you know, sometimes it takes a minute, but take a step back, man. Like even this morning, man. Just this morning, for instance, I'm gonna be transparent. I woke up this morning, head hurting, head still hurting right now. Head hurting, nose clogged, my eyelashes. I have long eyelashes, so it happens quite often when my eyelashes get in my eye. Woke up this morning, eyelashes in my eye, headache, neck ache, nose clogged. And then my wife is like, you know, I made you some breakfast, and I'm like, I'm giving her an attitude, and had to catch myself, like, yo, bro, she got nothing to do with the way you feel.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, check yourself. Like, you know, she got nothing to do with that. You wake up feeling like that, take a minute. Sometimes you gotta
Not the
tell
cause
people
of that, right?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta tell people, excuse, like, give me a little bit. I'll be with you in a little bit. Take that time to regulate yourself, regulate your emotions, regulate your attitude before you start addressing other people, because you're giving them something that they don't deserve. They're giving them attitude. You're giving them all of that energy that they don't deserve. And then what do? You shift their energy, and now you're having a bad interaction. You're having a bad day but at the beginning of it, you created that.
Yep.
Quite often you create your atmosphere. So you have to just keep yourself in check, man.
Yeah.
And it's easier said than done.
That's a real important thing you brought up, because like when you see like, especially nowadays, like these kids that are like completely out of control. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about kids just doing kid stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just talking about just, blatant disrespect, whether it's crime, violence, and, if you're a parent at home and you're belittling the kid and making them feel like shit, guess what? He gonna transfer that over to someone. I feel like shit. Well, I'm gonna make this person feel like shit, and they'll be quick to. And it's like a pattern that families do and don't even know they're doing it to their kids until it's too late. Well, not till too late, until something major happens. Then it's like, oh man, I don't know what happened. You were such a good kid, and was like, well, you contributed to their bad behavior by being ignorant around your own kids.
Yep. A lot of it starts at home, man. Some of it doesn't, but a lot of it does. A lot of it, like, especially when it comes to relationships between men and women. Whether there's a father in the home or not. If the father's in the home, whether it be the daughter or the son, they pick up the interaction between mommy and daddy. They pick up on how daddy treats mommy, if daddy's putting her on a pedestal or not, if daddy's talking to her respectfully or not,
or putting their hands on.
If mommy is talking to daddy respectful or not, if mommy is treating him with a certain degree of respect, if they're not talking over each other, if they're on the same page when they address the kids, if daddy's not there or if mommy's not there, how mommy is towards men, what her attitude is towards
your daddy ain't shit.
Exactly. That talk when they're not there. Vice versa, if daddy's doing the same thing with women, if he's taking it out on his relationships with women because he had a bad relationship with mommy. Kids pick up on all that, man. They might not say it, but they digest it. And I could say that from my own experience, and I'm sure you could say it from yours. You know what I mean? We remember a lot. Kids, as they grow up, they remember a lot. There's a lot of things to this day when I talk to my mother. She's always surprised about the things I remember. She's like, wow, you remember that? How do you remember that? You remember that? I'm like, yeah, I remember a lot of things. I remember a lot of things. Like,
we don't talk about it a lot, but
we don't exactly. We might not talk about it, but I remember a lot. I got memories from being 4 years old that I can spew up, and she'll just be like, wow, like, how do you remember that? Of course, obviously, they made an impression on me.
Yep.
And you have to remember that with your kids. Anything that you go through, that's the beauty of life, man. The biggest thing, I feel like one of the biggest things that or opportunities we miss is learning and teaching. Because everything that we go through is a learning experience to be taught. So if you've gone through it, teach it to your kids. You know what I mean? Whether it be negative, whether it be positive, teach your kids from your experiences. Remember everything that you went through. Remember how you felt. Remember those emotions. Some things now, like as we get older, so the degree of importance of certain things gets less and less because you realize how unimportant it was. As you get older, you're like, that's really not important. You realize how many things are important and how many things aren't. But you have to hold in regard that mind state of a younger person. I was getting ready to say a child, but of a younger person, whether it be 20, whether it be 30, somebody younger than you, they hold things in higher regard because they don't realize how unimportant certain things are. But you have to be mindful to their emotions and mindful that that's how they hold it in regard. So if they're holding in regard and they haven't got there yet, they haven't got where you are yet, then you have to kind of come with okay, I understand why they're looking at it this way. They might not know better, but this is why they're looking at it this way. So I have to move accordingly. And that's where wisdom, that's where discernment, that's where age comes in. That's where all that plays a part in how you deal with people, because you should know better. So deal with them knowing better, not expecting them to know better, but deal with them you knowing better because of what you've gone through. And a lot of times we don't do that. We don't do that because we have a habit of pointing the finger and not keeping we pull a trigger, we point the finger instead of taking that thumb and saying me. You know what I'm saying? What point do I play in everything? So we got to start, what point do I play in everything? And
accountability.
Yep. Take accountability for everything, even the other person's behavior, because your behavior can sometimes dictate how the person treats you or responds to you or everything else. So you have to take in account your tone, your attitude, all of that. Your body language is so much more than your language, your vocal language. That's more important than what you're even saying. It's how you're saying it. Yeah. And I'm learning more and more of that with my wife, with my relationship. Because there's an age gap there. I'm almost 10 years older than my wife. So there's that generational understanding, every generation has their vibe, if you want to, and sometimes, she doesn't get my sense of humor. You will. People that were born around my same time will, but she doesn't get it because they vibe different 10 years later. You know what I mean? So, and even some of the jokes, even some of the, you make references, Gilligan's Island,
especially that.
You make references to shows and It's just like I don't know that show. I don't, after school special. What you talking about? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
because when we lived it, watching it, it was more as watching it. It was ingrained in us, like certain shows, Cosby Show or whatever. And if to me, I it's like the same with hip hop. Like I can't really fault people that like I'll give you an example. Me and Full Blast Tribe members a few years ago, we had a discussion on Zoom about how people relate to like some of the greatest MCs. And someone that was born after Rakim and KRS One, if they were born and Lil Wayne was their top MC, in their mind, Lil Wayne is the greatest.
Yeah.
Now you teach them about the past, just like we wouldn't told about, growing up, this person was, started whatever, this and that. And one person was like, nah, they don't know what they're talking about. Now, I get what they were saying, but at the same time, you can't fault them for thinking that because they didn't hear KRS One first time was like, oh shoot. They didn't hear Big Daddy Kane on the radio the first time when Mr. C dropped 3 of his joints before his debut album. Those moments in time stick with us. So people that weren't there, while they might agree, that guy is dope, their feeling of it is different because it just didn't resonate. And like you said, it's the same with like if you're talking to somebody about like movies. Like me, my wife, she always joked about me because I be knowing like lines to like movies and stuff.
Me too.
And she's like, and she'll it be movies that she may watch too, but she's just like it won't retain with her because it's not really like that
Yeah.
important, or it's just that she didn't listen to it at that time, or
Mhm.
it didn't relate.
Mhm.
So it's like I understand that.
Mhm.
You know, you can't you don't have an attachment to something that if you didn't grow with it and it stuck with you in a certain way, you're just not gonna feel the same way as someone else
Yeah.
that did.
Yeah. 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 Um, a lot of times we look at going back, and I'm going back to the music thing, but it can relate into movies too, or whatever. Just uh, a lot of times we look at, we'll say that, how can you think that way, or how can you not like that movie? How can you think that's the best? Like, whether it be movie, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't really tell somebody what's the best anything,
Hmm.
because it's all opinion. Everything
Right.
is all opinion.
Right.
Like, oh, that's the best rapper, that's the best MC, that's the best rock
Unless it's
group.
somebody that's blatantly like whack. When it's something that's like blatantly horrible or blatantly whack, and people like that's weird to me.
But,
Like when
but you
it's
know what? You can't even with that, bro. I've learned, because
oh
back in the day with us, I'm talking about our generation.
no. Mhm.
Back, MC Hammer, Vanilla Ice, if somebody like them, you looked at them like they were from another planet.
Yeah.
But look how many fans they have. So obviously they're doing something that's striking an accord with with people.
Right.
So you can't really discard that. It's like, okay, we just don't vibrate the same. Like, it's fine. It's fine to agree to disagree. Like, because I know for the longest, man, anybody, I know back in the day, but anybody like I said, Vanilla Ice, Hammer, it was like, what?
Yeah. And I talk about that too. Like now, like New York didn't give Hammer no love. Let's just
None,
be honest. We didn't. But
none.
I respect the hell out of that dude now. But
Yes, man, and it's funny now. I have so much respect for him.
word.
So much respect for him. Knowing, but then there's knowing. You have to look at our age then too.
Yeah.
And then now, knowing what we know, knowing what we've learned about him, knowing what we learned about his character. Because character, I feel like people like him, character is
Mhm.
what makes you like or respect someone.
Right.
Even Master, I'll put Master P in there too,
Yeah.
because I really never had much love for him either. But as time went, his character, his business savvy, like those
Mhm.
are the things that made me respect those cats,
Yeah.
to
Facts.
respect what they were doing. And but for music taste, you can't really get on somebody for their taste and what they like. Not everybody's a backpack MC fan. Not everybody's a underground
Right.
MC fan. Not everybody, some people just like, commercial. A lot of people just like that commercial thing. And a lot of people just follow trends, man. That's just how they rock. Like they a lot of people don't have their own opinion. Call a spade, man. They just do not. If that's what everybody's rocking with, that's what I'm rocking with.
Yeah. Right.
I've never. That's something I've never understood.
Mhm.
I just don't. I'm gonna just do that because everybody's doing it. But there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah. And and the radio does that, with programming. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
to me, it's like mental programming. Like
Oh yeah.
I've seen so many people talk about, man, there'd be a song that you can't stand on the radio. They playing it 3-4 times a
Same
day.
time, the next thing
Then
you
all
know,
of a
you're
sudden you
humming.
sitting there bobbing your head and you're like,
Sitting there humming it.
why am I bobbing my head to it? Yeah. That's why I was like, nah, I'm gonna listen to it. They ain't gonna program my mind to like something that I don't like, that I think is trash.
Mhm.
But yeah, and with you brought a Hammer and Vanilla Ice, like to me, and I think it was also, the era they came out in it was, to me, it was the era that the boom bap era was flourishing. The
Mhm.
you know the hip hop we consider authentic and real was flourishing. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying? What was they was
Yeah,
like?
yeah,
Was
yeah,
it
yeah.
late
That was a
90s?
prime time. That was a prime time.
Yeah. So for them to come out, it was like you said, it was like, and they were flashy, and everything, and the dance and everything, and it was, it just wasn't. It wasn't a New York vibe.
Mhm.
Look, New York had a say for better terms, arrogance and stick up their ass because we
Mhm.
invented the shit. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And
Mhm. No
that's why
doubt.
they couldn't take when the South took over.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden they was trying to do songs like they did
Mhm.
because
That's my thing right there, though. How do you that's probably a whole nother that's a whole nother story, a whole nother subject. But you invent something, and then next thing you know, you're trying to emulate what everybody else is doing.
yeah,
Like New York, how do you start it? And then next thing you know, now it's so hard to find boom bap,
mainstream.
bro. I don't get it. I don't get how you let everything else influence you when you were the main influencer.
Every they talk about the labels, but everybody played a hand in it. They
Yeah,
were
man.
chasing
Yeah,
the
man. Don't, don't,
radio
don't blame
because
it on the labels. Yeah,
yeah,
no
it
doubt.
was going. Like I said, it was switched to the South, South dominance. So they got with South rappers.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Some of them switched their flows up. Jay
Hmm.
Z. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And it was like, come on, like like of course there was a programming, and it was you know, like I said, the label thing, because labels are business. They're trying to
Yeah.
make money.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And like I think we talked about before, there's rappers to this day that made their mark, and they're still trying to like do songs with the young cats to be relevant.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Instead of bringing them on their vibe, they're going on the young person vibe.
Uh huh.
And so when it's forced, it's like it don't it don't resonate
Yeah.
with me anyway. It don't.
Yeah. Yeah. Same man.
So a lot of it played a part, man. Like you said, it wasn't just the labels, it was artists too,
Hmm.
chasing the clout and the dollar, man, because of the
Hmm.
shift.
You find basically you see a lot of whether it be southern, west, wherever different outside of New York artists outside of New York have gotten the majority of attention. So now a lot of the you find a lot of the mainstream, the former mainstream artists, the older artists, trying to co-sign a lot of these artists that are getting the attention. And sometimes you look at it like, do you realize? I look at a lot of the older artists, the more established artists, and you're like, do you know how valuable that co-signing is?
Hmm.
Like they're just so quick to co-sign everything now, and it's like I remember when that was like, nah, man, you had to earn that.
Oh,
And now they're not letting nobody earn nothing. Like these new artists, nobody's earning anything. They're just getting that quick cosign and jumping on tracks with everybody. And it's like, oh man, what happened to earning that?
it's so much flooding the market with mediocre rap music, man. That's one reason why it failed to be number one
Hmm.
last year for the first time.
Hmm.
You know, and people were commenting like, "Yo, you stating the obvious why it's not. Look
Hmm.
at all the trash that's just been accepted." You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
only in the culture, like the
Hmm.
trash shit just gets accepted.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Remember Jay Electronic, he had a line. He said, "New York niggas calling Southern rappers lame, but then jacking our slang."
Hmm.
Flex actually got mad at him. I remember that a few years ago at that line for saying that. And I'm like, what you getting mad at him
You
for?
get mad at the honesty.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at honesty.
Shit he said.
If it pricks you, change it.
Right.
Don't get mad at it.
Yeah.
If it pricks you, that means it's honest. It's there's some truth to it.
Yep. It was a lot of truth.
If it was a lie, it wouldn't bother you. You just be like, oh, they're just lying. But obviously there was some truth to it. So do your job in trying to change it.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, that's that pointing the finger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was something else I was gonna bring up when you was talking about that too. I couldn't remember. My bad.
It's all good.
So how do you think the rappers that are established now and been doing it for the past 20, 30 years, how do you think they manage to balance everything? Because they going on tour, they're in the studio, sometimes 2-3 days in a row trying to get projects, depending on what their work ethic is. There's some that they got to be in the studio. I'm not staying here till it's done. Ordering food, drink, whatever, they're living in there till it's done. Those ones that may have been married, or have kids, think about like the tours and stuff. They go on months at a time. Like, how do you think they balance that? I mean, do they bring them with them, or you can't?
Well, I feel it all plays a part of understanding. Like when you, it's different for artists who never got to see a certain degree of success than an artist who has seen that degree of success. Because if you haven't gotten to see a degree of success, your family hasn't gotten to feel that degree of success. But once you've felt that degree of success and your family has, they know when to, okay, we got to back off because daddy has to do what he has to do, or
he's bringing it,
because he's, but when
he or she,
he or she. But if the family hasn't felt that, then he's doing what he do, but they don't understand the ins and outs. They don't understand the ramifications of your actions on a daily basis. They don't understand how important just a couple hours a day means to making the cog spin or the wheel spin. I find, I'm sure you can relate. There's family members who support, like, to a large degree, but then you have the family members who are like, oh, you still doing that?
Yeah.
I can't believe you're still doing that. You still doing that? And they think you're playing, and it's like, I often say a lot of things that I'm doing at this point, I find motivation not for me. I find motivation for, okay, when I'm done, when I leave here, it's all in what you do with it, because I'm leaving you a lot. All this music and all this stuff that I'm recording and all this material I'm making, I'm leaving you a lot of options here, so that you can get it on soundtracks, you can re-release it, you can, it's on you, but I'm leaving you a nice full ground to work with. And it's not all about me, it's expression, it's getting it out, but but it's a business. I'm leaving you business. Now you can help it flourish, or you can just let it fall by the wayside. I tell my wife, I tell my kids, they probably don't understand it at this age, but when I'm not here, I'm leaving you quite a bit to work with. A lot of times people don't understand the value of something until it's gone, until, a lot of times people are not appreciated while they're here. A lot of times, it's afterwards that wow, they had some talent, or wow, they really we're doing
Like,
something.
yeah, like now you notice after I'm gone, you didn't give me my,
the
not that I was
flowers.
looking for it, but and you give it to me while I'm here. Like
Yeah,
I
I don't
saw that
expect.
with I mean to cut you off. I saw that with Sinead O'Connor, bro, when she passed.
Oh yeah, it was
Yo,
ridiculous. Fake
all
love,
these
a lot of
outlets
fake
that
love,
was dissing her,
a lot of fake love, man.
talking about recipe, yeah, and her family was like, "Yo, shut up. We ain't trying to hear that from none of y'all." Because all y'all was shitting on her, calling her all type of names, and she wasn't with none of y'all. Now you want to talk about rest in peace and nah, save that for somebody else. And I feel them on that.
Yep.
Like, don't show up to my funeral. Don't show up to my gravesite if I ain't rock with you.
Yep. Yep.
Or,
Yep. So yeah, man, it's for the artists that that were established and they're still thriving, like people like Fat Joe. I'm thinking of people like Busta. Busta stays busy, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of that has to do with your support, man. Like we said, no man is an island. And your support system, man, your family has to really just understand the degree in which you're trying to make things happen. It takes balancing. It's a balancing act, man.
Yeah.
And your family has to be willing to balance with you.
Yeah. I think though also too, if like, I think it's one thing if if like members of your family are doing other things as well. Like for example, like if there's ones, usually you get that, I think you get that negative or you get that pushback from people that are sitting around doing nothing.
Yep.
Because a lot of people have their own lives too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, they, like someone said, yo, it was a meme, like something about like, yo, you didn't, check on me, see how I'm doing. But then the other person was like, yo, how you know that I'm not feeling it right now?
Yep.
Like, I just lost a family member, or I'm going through something. So it's like the people that are sitting around thinking why, they're not, contacting me, or they're not, feeling what I'm doing. It's like those are the ones that usually you get that negativity and that pushback. So I think, like you said, with like families that are supportive in what you're doing, because A, they feel positive of your talent, they know you're good, and B, they're not miserable in their own life.
Yeah.
So that helps too. Like you said, you have that circle around you that have that same mentality as you do. It should help you succeed.
Also, I found that lack of understanding a creative mind, because being creative, we just operate different.
Yeah.
And those who don't understand that, those are the ones who tend to feel like a burden to you sometimes, because it's just like they just don't get it. They just don't get how, they don't get the balancing that it takes to do what we do, and they don't get how the mind is. We have the left side and the right side of the brain, and we're trying to constantly operate like everybody else, but that creative side is constantly in motion, and it's really hard sometimes to keep that at bay. I know for myself, bro, if I was to if my day, if you were to tell me, yo, you ain't got to worry about nothing else, Sam, just create.
My wife told me the same thing. She said, if I had left you alone for 24 hours, you'd be content just sitting in that room, making beats and mixes.
Bro, my mind is constantly coming up with stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I dream about mixes too, bro. I wake up like, I could put that together. It's crazy as hell.
You know how hard it is. Sometimes it's like so hard to just, because you can't, but you're like, you start thinking of lyrics and it's like, I got to do this, I got to do that. And you want to be able to just push everything aside and sit down and write. And you're realizing like the fact that I'm not pushing everything aside to write, I'm losing songs.
Right.
I'm literally losing songs, focusing on life.
Yeah.
But that's the reality of it. You got to focus on life. But at the same token, it's like, yo, man, if I could just sit down and focus, yo, I'm losing like 2 to 3, maybe more songs a day because I'm not, because I'm for lack of a better word, distracted by life.
Right.
But that's just not how things operate, man. We have to have that balancing act in us. And it's easier said than done, man. It's hard, but just got to keep cracking at it. And when I say cracking at it, I mean both. Cracking at life, cracking at our crafts, and not expecting everybody to understand. It's okay for people not to understand, man. Not everybody's gonna understand you. But and some people say, "Oh, it takes time." Not it. I don't care. You can give people all the time in the world. Just not everybody's gonna understand you, and that's that. So
So I'm just
no, it's good. It's good.
Text them all.
Even with our kids, man. I know myself. You want to see, you want to teach them your craft. You want to teach them. I know with myself, my kids, I got my middle son. As of late, he's been really inquiring about writing and things like that.
Okay.
And you can teach them, but you also want them to be their own. So you don't want your child to be a carbon copy of you. You want them to be like you reminiscent of you.
Better
to say exactly. You want them to say that's definitely his offspring, but you want them to surpass you, and you want them to be their own individual.
Yeah.
So you teach the mechanics. The thing is to teach the mechanics and let them go on from there.
Word.
And it's not about them evolving and doing it how you like it or how you want it to be. You have to kind of know how to let go of the reins and let them be themselves. And I feel that's the hardest thing for human beings to do in anything, is to let go of the control. Because controlling doesn't help anything, really. Controlling doesn't help anything. Even the most, if you look at how something grows, and when I say something, I say like a plant. When you put seeds in a pot, and you put I forgot what those things are called, but they like kind of help the plant to grow in a certain position. That can sometimes stagnate the plant. To a degree, it's good in the beginning, and that goes with human beings.
Right.
You want to guide it, and those things guide the plant on how to grow. But inevitably, it's growing. You want it to grow towards the light. You want to, and it's going to do that on its own. It doesn't. You don't need to be there for that. It's going to grow towards the light.
Right.
Because
it's pulling towards
the light. But what you do need to be there for is to every now and then move it away from the darkness. The same can be said for human beings. You know what I mean? We want it to grow towards the light, but you do have to be there to guide it from the darkness, because darkness is always going to be there too.
Facts.
So we just got to keep that in mind, man. That control doesn't help anybody. If anything, control quite often pushes people away and things away. You know, if you remember, that goes back to once again your own life, your own childhood. You remember when you felt how you felt when you felt your parents were being too controlling.
Darius, thank you, brother.
I can't wait. I can't wait till I grow up. I can't wait till I, and because you felt you were being controlled,
telling me what to do all the time.
You gotta drop those pellets. You gotta drop them in a way where it doesn't feel like you're hovering. You know, but the biggest thing is to show love, support, and open door of communication.
Right.
And I'm talking about with your kids. I'm talking about in business. I'm talking about just in life, man. Control doesn't do anybody good. You know.
Indeed. So I gotta remember, keep saying this, man. We want to push people to download the app, man, because I'm gonna have a nice schedule laid out when I'm DJing, when we're doing these talk shows, so people can have the app available as well. Because sometimes whether it's Twitch or I haven't heard anything about YouTube, but Twitch is usually sometimes it's buggy. It'll go down. So you just have the app, download it. You can actually, and I have it where you can actually register your name in there too, chat and everything, man. But there's an outlet where it'll go to all the different platforms, all music as well, Bandcamp. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull up a screenshot, because actually I was sending something to the developer so he can see. So I've been finagling with it in the dashboard, and this is what it looks like right now. That's the navigation screen, the main screen when you open it up. And up here, the first thing is 24/7. That's music just playing 24/7. The middle is the live, which you can hear us now if you're listening. The third one is mixes. Takes me to my Bandcamp. This one right here with the beat machine, that's my Spotify. That's where you hear me and Samsung's music as well as my beats. The middle one is Twitch. So if you click it, it should open your Twitch app. This one, YouTube, merch. The one with that middle one right there. That's me standing next to PMD. That's like photos. Got to upload some more. And then there's the about, chat, and members, and your profile. So
okay,
yeah,
good stuff.
Doing a lot of interactive stuff, and I've been trying to get it to where if we go live, you get the alert. Now you get a alert on your phone, like from an app if it needs updating or whatever. Trying to get it to where we go live, people will get the alert. So it's like, oh, boom, okay, oh, he's live. Then you can just click. Just make it more interactive, man. Because in these day and times, man, it's like you gotta make it user friendly for this generation and the generation before us. Because people don't like typing stuff and clicking; they just want to just go right to it.
Yeah, man.
Everyone else is making it easy. You gotta make it easy too, or they're not gonna go.
Yeah, pardon me for interrupting.
No, you good.
My wife and I, last night we were joking around how it's just getting more and more where everything's got to be simpler and simpler and easier and easier. Like people don't want to do nothing. Like it's at the point where we were joking about how at some point people ain't gonna even want a remote. They're gonna want to have they're going to have something behind their ear, and
Elon Musk just did something with you put something in your head, in your brain,
and they think it, and the channel changes to what you think, or like it just gets, it's like ridiculous how we don't want to do nothing.
The Apple was that vision thing, that new thing.
Yeah.
Put it on, it's like a reality.
Yeah.
all that shit that came in movies, bro, is coming to
Yeah,
life.
man. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And think about that, like, yo, we're embracing all these things that, like you said, that were formerly in movies, but we forget movies like Terminator.
They still keep forgetting why they keep
They
making
forget.
robots to try to
It's
kill.
like more and more, we're getting closer to what we saw in the Terminator.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how can you forget, how it ends? Don't forget how it ends.
Yeah. That's the one thing I don't get. Like, y'all doing everything that these
Drones,
movies are
they
doing,
had
and you
drones,
still,
and all of that.
yeah.
And we got the drones. I mean, everything that we saw in that movie in Terminator is coming to fruition. But yet and still, y'all just want to keep going.
Yep. So it's too late.
Skynet. Y'all waiting for it to be Skynet out here.
You know how many times I say it. Every time I see a news article, I'm telling you, there was a few years ago where they said a robot went rogue and killed like 30 people in like China, and they kept it covered up. Some woman on YouTube was talking about it.
They cover everything up, bro. They cover everything up.
It has no soul. No, it don't think. If it's programmed to kill, it's just going to just do it. They don't care if it's a kid, an old person. They don't care. Like, y'all don't get that?
No.
It's nuts. It's nuts, bro. It's so, I'm not even laughing. Like, it's just because it's just so blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
It's like, what is it going to take?
Human beings are so accepting. Like, I don't know.
Oh, did you see? I was showing people. So apparently, you know, we don't try to go deep with politics and stuff, but some stuff is funny. I just gotta just show it. So Trump made a sneaker up for people to buy. Obviously, he's trying to, get more money for his campaign. So I was like, so he made a sneaker. Now I can make a sneaker.
Yes, for that.
Full blast radio sneaker.
Yeah.
It's gold. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
Cop it.
The full blast joints. I see that.
I was wrong. Some dude was like, "Yo, I'd get one. Just don't make them red bottoms."
You're gonna have a
in the comments.
you're gonna have a record in the where the tongue is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, come right out. Like push the button. Like
you pump it, like the old Reebok pumps.
Word.
You pump the record.
Oh man, this shit is just crazy.
It's gotta be the shoes.
The shoes? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, man.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know if we want to open the gate of talking about politics, but Biden. Was that a slip of the tongue? I don't know.
Yeah.
Biden. Biden, bro, like this guy. I mean, he just, I think of Ford and Truman in a sense where their mental faculties were while they were in office. Like this guy, man.
Yeah, like this is a regular thing. Like
I look every time he goes up to speak.
Would you want your 80-some-year-old relative to be president?
Oh,
no. Like
every time he goes up to speak, it's like, oh man, somebody sit pop down.
Word.
Pop need to sit down somewhere, man. Like,
word. Put Bonanza on the TV and just leave him there. Leave him alone.
Oh my goodness, man.
But people realize, man, sitting in that chair, man, like Congress is the one that decides all the stuff. Like anyone that's sitting in that chair is a figurehead to the whatever agenda they want to push.
Yeah. But right now, the agenda I look at is you're looking at Biden and how poor he is. It's forcing people to look at Trump in a more positive light.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's forcing them to like, okay, well, this is all we got. So let's get him. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, is this all we have right now? These are our options. This is it.
Again. Yeah.
I mean, there's quite a few out there. You know, I know I believe it was either the first or the second show, I addressed the choices. But in all honesty, man, I'm not happy with any of the choices, really not. There's nobody that's doing anything that I'm like, yeah, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, even with one of the Kennedys running.
Yeah, independent, independents, they're never gonna get enough
I'm not
votes.
impressed by him either. I'll be honest, man. There's nobody out there doing anything where I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm a firm, I'm gonna wave the flag for them. Like, nah.
The hypocrisy though of the Trump thing though, that's the thing though. Like I said, it's not to me in Democrat Republican, it's the hypocrisy of this dude doing what he's been doing, what he's been accused of. Because if Donald Trump was Donald Jackson, bro, they hit that dude would have been out of the race.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Like, how can you be in court and everything else and at the same time running for president? Like, it's just crazy.
They trying to get that chick down here in Georgia, the black woman, Fannie Willis, guilty of having an affair with some dude that was married and misappropriating funds. Those same people are gonna vote for this dude that just got found guilty and he can't operate in New York for 3 years and he got to pay like $400 million.
Yeah,
like he's already been found guilty. It's not he say she say like with her. That's the hypocrisy. The same people that want her in jail don't want him in jail. And if you say you want him in jail, then you're just a shill. You're just a Democrat stooge. Like whenever you say that, and it's like you don't even know what I vote for. You're just saying that because I'm saying F Trump. So you're immediately saying that I'm with Biden, which I'm with.
I'm willing to say it out loud. I'm not at this point. It's naive to be a Democrat, in my opinion. I can only speak for me. I feel it's very naive to be a Democrat or a Republican at this point. I feel like right now you have to look at character. You have to look at what the person stands for. You have to look at their agenda.
Yep.
There's a lot of things I'm not feeling in the Democratic Party. There's a lot I'm not feeling in Republican.
I've been not feeling. Yep.
I can't even call myself either.
Bro, when he said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black.
Yeah, bro.
And people thought that was funny.
Yeah, bro.
Like those stooges at the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Like they didn't even check him for saying that.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton, I keep hot sauce in my pocketbook. Pandering.
Yeah.
They ain't saying nothing about that. You might as well say I got chicken and watermelon with me.
Yeah, man. All those little snide comments. It's like, yo, man.
Sucker
we're
shit.
We're so quick to give certain people a pass.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. I do know, but that's another topic. I do know.
It's always a like I said, certain people pass. Like it's only
we're the ones giving passes. We're so quick to give a pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put the shoe on the other foot. Ain't no counter pass for that. Silence, blacklisted. That's what you get.
Yep. Yeah, you say that J word, you out of here.
Silence, blacklisted. That's what you get.
And not even like I've seen it where people just say that word and not even mean it in derogatory.
Yeah.
And they ain't want you to say that.
Yep.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, man.
N-word all day over YouTube and everything. You fine. You say that other one, bro, you out of here. Anybody in the alphabet community, you out of here.
I even look at that sometimes, like saying that word and looking at that situation and how it's spinned into a negative. And I'm saying it this way because I'm saying that if we found ourselves in that same position as the J word, we would definitely take it. And I feel anybody on this, any nationality on this planet, if they found themselves in that position, they would take it. My thing for us is, why haven't we studied it and utilized it.
What do you mean, like?
If you get what I'm saying, I'm trying to say all this without saying the J word.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying we
So
need
small
to
hats.
the things that we like, the things that we dislike.
Mm-hmm.
You need to study.
Right.
Study the hows, study the why, study the when, study the where, study the what made them tick. You know, I always go back to Howard Stern. For me, when Howard Stern was at his peak, I was like very obsessed with. I was very obsessed with Howard Stern, and reason being because it was like, yo, what made this guy become such a? He was so like I don't think people realize how huge Howard Stern was at his peak.
Polarizing, yeah.
And it was like, if you really study the moves he made to get himself there, he just manipulated manipulated American culture to get it on his side. He looked at how vulgar human nature could be. He looked at how gullible human nature could be. He looked at how emotionally driven American culture could be. And he capitalized on all those things. And I just thought he was very fascinating. I thought Howard Stern was just a very, very fascinating human being on how he studied people and how he and people also look at that word manipulation like it's such a bad word. Manipulation isn't a bad word. Manipulation is just a tactic used for success or to get things in towards your leverage, to get things, you know. And he manipulated human beings for his success. And the way he did that, I always thought it was so ingenious. You know, and there's a few people in American culture and pop culture like him who I just always found fascinating, you know. And now we look at certain people like Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry, and we have to take a step back and look at where their moral compass came from to get them where they are. You know, some negative, some positive.
Brother, I apologize. My headphones came out. I didn't hear the last 30 seconds.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I just still going with Howard Stern, but I also brought in Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry and people of that level of success and just how they got to where they got. And sometimes you have to study people like that to see how everything lines. What's the word I want to use? You want to see how everything lines up, the common denominators.
Okay.
There's common denominators to success. And sometimes it's like lotto numbers. Like you know, if you study lotto winnings in history, there's common numbers that have been picked to win in lotto. So
which I think is a setup.
You want to lean towards those numbers. So the same could be said towards success. You want to look at those common factors that, okay, this person's successful, this person's successful, you take 5 successful people, there's things that they have in common. And you want to study those common factors and apply them. And I feel like a lot of times we as a people, and I say we, I mean us African Americans, or not even just African Americans, people of color, we have been through our share, but we have to realize that, okay, those setbacks, they're always going to be there. So now it's time to study our surroundings and let's study their common denominators and apply them to us ourselves so we can get to where we can get and evolve on our thinking. And when I say evolve on our thinking, realize our shortcomings, realize the things that we can't get around. But there's always advantages that we can make that overshadow our own shortcomings. You know, our strengths. We want to capitalize on our strengths and make people focus on those strengths rather than our weaknesses.
Right.
You know, and I mean that in business. I mean that in every aspect for success. One of the things that my boy Finster and I tend to talk about quite a bit is state of mind, like Garvey's state of mind, Marcus Garvey.
Mm-hmm.
And trying to take you to the page, but my phone is acting really suspect right now. It's funny.
I want to ask you a question too about.
Go ahead. While I'm trying to find it, go ahead, ask that question.
When you brought up Tyler Perry and Oprah, so
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you heard over the past few weeks, you know, Monique came out and like called them out for like basically like blackballing her.
Yeah. He was on the Shay Show.
Yeah. Do you think that she was like a one-off instance where, because I think about Tyler Perry's character and I think about Oprah's character, and I don't see them rocking with somebody like Monique. Now I'm saying that, not saying like negative about Monique.
I know exactly what you mean.
Monique she's real.
I know exactly what you mean.
You know what I mean? She speaks that, not street, but she's, you know what I mean? They're not like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that Lee Daniels do, like, their characters are, it's like they feel threatened when it's somebody that's from a different other black culture that stands out and speaks their mind. So I'm thinking like,
well, when you, I'm sorry to interrupt. If I can interject, when it comes to, there's certain degrees of success. When it comes to that Oprah, Tyler Perry degree, you know, I think sometimes we don't really realize the degrees that some of these actors, entertainers, in their playing field, the degrees of success that they have. Oprah, Tyler Perry, there was a time before everything, you know, happened with Bill Cosby. You know, I think of him immediately. They're on a certain level that people don't really understand, because we're not accustomed to seeing ourselves, meaning, you know, ourselves in that on that level. And Monique is in that realm. She's not on that playing field. She's not on that playing field of an Oprah or a, you know what I mean? Those are bosses. They, you know, for lack of a better term, those are bosses.
Mm-hmm.
She's a worker. And to come out and speak like she does against them, it's very easy to silence a worker for other bosses.
Right.
You know? So they might give her, you know, every now and then she gets the opportunity to speak her mind. But without the capital, without the, you know.
Yeah, but Oprah don't have she don't get the loud black woman stereotype, but
No.
Monique gets the loud black woman stereotype.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that there's a
because of how she moved.
They kind of, excuse me, a buck, man. Some certain black people look at other black people, look at them like down.
Yes. And she what better to discard somebody that has really something to say than to make them look crazy.
Right.
You want to make somebody's comments not held with validity. You want to make them look like what they're saying is just totally left field, make them look crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what is often done Monique. Monique's often made to look like, you know, oh, she's just a hood comedian who only had a moment with Precious.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what I mean? It's very easy.
Yeah.
Very same thing with Cat Williams.
Word.
And I found it very interesting that it was like Cat Williams, then Monique. I wonder who the next guest is that's gonna.
Word. Oh, they waiting. Yeah, you waiting.
I wonder who the next guest is. But I see how this is going, and it's interesting.
Yeah. It's just crazy that it just seems like I'm trying to like really think about a lot of mess that's out in the public, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but don't it seem like a lot of people of our culture is out on Front Street more than other races?
Oh yeah.
And I think it's because of because we kind of run the impact of music and entertainment. So yeah,
the impact. So what better, you know, that's how you keep a noose around the neck. That's how you keep the noose around the neck. If our impact is that powerful, once again, make us look crazy. Make us look like we're unable to conduct ourselves with order or without some assist or aid from outside influences. Make us look like we're incapable in every way.
Right.
That's the only way to keep the noose on the neck of those who are in such power of everything that goes on.
Right.
Because by all means, I mean, nothing that's thriving in the world today would be thriving if it wasn't for us.
That's a
and
whole
I say
fact.
I say that without ego.
From the beginning.
I say that without, you know, it's just a historical fact.
Calvin salute.
A historical and historical fact that the inventions and the strides that we have made have propelled humanity into the position it is in. And without that, without the without the captives, without the pillaged, just think of what this world would have been. Think of what the lopsided position the world would be in today if there never was African Americans and just Africa and America and everything else.
Right.
Think about how lopsided the world would be. The dominance that that Africa would have, that the men would have. But so they had to find their way to subdue that dominance. In what better way than psychologically? The psychological way of warfare is real. The psychological.
But But there's a lot of entertainers though that put stuff out there too. Like, all right. So I'll give you an example. Like, so Shannon and Mike Epps had a back and forth.
Okay.
That could have easily been remedied by a phone call and not putting it on the internet. You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like, and sometimes it's like, if you know better, you do better. But sometimes it's you're looking for the response. You're looking for the clicks and stuff. And then where it's going to get to a point where it might turn into some shit. Then it's like, yo, let's pull back. Let's get people involved and settle it. And now they cool. I saw pictures at the All-Star game. It was dapping, whatever. But it could have went another way because Mike Epps said, yo, I don't fight. I do the dan. You know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Especially Shannon Sharp. He bench pressing 400-500 pounds still. Ain't nobody trying to fight him.
Yeah.
And Mike Epps, Mike Epps is from them hoods, and you know how he keeps in. I'm sure there's people around him is locked and loaded. So I'm saying that just could be easily, and then it's like, damn, look, 2 black men and somebody got killed. Oh, we gotta pray and all, and it's like, nah, man, it shouldn't have got to that. Y'all should have kept that shit off of the internet and solved it behind the scenes instead of putting it out on Front Street for more ammo for people to think, oh, look, they acting stupid again. You know what I mean?
And this is where I was trying to go with all the things I was saying with the J word.
Right.
You have to study how different cultures move.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not going to see none of them moving like that.
I know.
They don't walk down the street passing each other by with the mentality of what you're looking at.
Right.
They walk by each other, greeting each other with a head nod and love.
Yo, can we take a quick break? I got the men's room. I'm gonna throw a joint on so there's no dead air.
That way I can look at see what the kids are doing too, man. I got both kids. I got all my kids downstairs, actually.
Okay, no doubt. We'll be right back, y'all. We're gonna throw some joints on. This is from the Fact soundtrack, RBG, Samssun Djaytiger, and my brother Rollo. Salute.
Welcome to the Fact soundtrack. Buckle up. Here we go. In a 6-cylinder Chevrolet, leaning to the side. My wife as the passenger, going for the ride. There's 3 kids in the backseat, one in the baby chair, looking at me screw face, cause of the way I did her hair. Daddy hasn't learned to braid, teach a fella how to wave. Put your stocking cap on. Next morning, I seen the thunder, I seen singles, I seen hundreds, seen money to burn, seen hardly a budget. Yeah, I'm black, what of it? Now we can't talk in public. Heard you had a Confederate flag tattooed on your stomach. The same civil wars going on, nothing changed. I got the eye of Agamotto like I'm Dr. Strange. You wanna rewind time, take us back to being slaves. How many of us are already lingering in unmarked graves? How many think to belong, they gotta be in some sort of gang? It doesn't matter, crip or blood, the blood still remains. The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? I find myself in a dark alley almost all the time, but then I look up to discover I'm inside my mind. What if we couldn't see? What if we were colorblind? What if soul food wasn't from the south? How to be defined? Why accept the term black in the first place? Does that kinda imply becoming one shade? It's actually a term created by the Europeans. Some don't accept the classification for that reason. Some see black as derogatory or outdated, reductive or otherwise an incorrect label. There was a slur, a euphemism, yeah, the N-word. It dates back to 18th century and is commonly heard. Next was Negro, next was the word colored. Each term a derogatory connotation insulting. Our demographic wreaking havoc on how we see ourselves. And if that's all you see, you can't see it as something else. The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man. The green is for the land, now what don't you understand? Thousands of families were removed due to apartheid. Limiting African land ownership, that's not right. In 1913, you could have 7%. In 1936, 6 more, which hardly made a dent. When apartheid officially ended in 1994, the ANC became the dominant party. The percent was 4, assigned to new owners, but that's according to land reform. 2015, they sought to give land to the black farms.
Radio
those taken from
for
where they
iPhone,
live.
for Android.
Never to see their property again.
Download the app.
My father's last name wasn't his. Go on Ancestry.com and find your lineage. It could have been part of the Greenwood District in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Before 1921, we had business owners in what was then called the Black Wall Street, until they burned 35 blocks so we wouldn't succeed. The red is for the blood, the black is for the man, the green is for the land. Now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man, the green is for the land. Now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man, the green is for the land. Now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man, the green is for the land. Now what don't you understand? The red is for the blood, the black is for the man.
Man, that's one of my favorite tracks off that soundtrack, man. Word up. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite joints, man. I like that joint.
Pardon me for 1 second. Yeah, can you just help them if they need, you know what I mean? All right. Thank you.
That's Finster on the beat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Finster, man.
Mm-hmm.
Word up. So yeah, man. So let's it's 155. Let's talk, man, about this Essential Paragraphs Part 2.
Yes, sir.
The first one. When was the first one released? Obviously, I didn't have it in hand in that because I was in the beginning, right?
Yeah, the first one was like I want to say like 2012 or so.
Okay.
I'm looking right now. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom.
What's up, Hope?
Let's see. Pardon. 2012. You with me?
I'm sorry, I saw something real disturbing.
Oh boy.
Oh.
On Instagram?
One of these drill rappers is digging up his op's grave and filming it.
Wow. For what?
They're out of control, man.
What's the reason?
Ignorance, plain ignorance and stupidity, bro. It's like sick. It's sick. That's the only thing I can describe, bro. It's like your mentality is that savage. You know?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah. You just looking to join them. You ask me. So yeah, sorry.
Nah, it's all good, man. There's so many of those, like you said, drill rappers and trap music, and I just there's so much I'm not aware of, but I don't even want to know at this point.
Yeah. I didn't even look for that. It happened to be on my timeline, and someone posted it, and I'm like, crazy. But yeah, man. So yeah, going back to the Essential Paragraphs. So who was part of that? Who'd you get production from?
Production was from Darren Quinlan, who produced a lot of community service and community development. We also had some production from myself, and we had production from Paul Garrard. Paul Garrard is aka DJ Maniac.
Mm-hmm.
He's the brother I spoke about once. I was talking about how he did the original My Melody.
Okay. Rakim. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did 2 joints. Actually 3 joints. He did 3. It was only it's an EP. It was 5 joints. So he did 3 out of 5. Darren Quinlan did 1 and I did 1.
Dope.
And that was before community service.
Is that do you have that on any DSPs? You think about maybe loading them up on
It's on if you go to it's available. It's on DistroKid and it's on
just okay.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. If you
Right.
go on my YouTube page, it's up there.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, check that one out, y'all. Central Paragraphs, and we're gonna be dropping part 2.
Yes, sir.
This year.
Yes, sir.
We got songs lined up. We are now in guess you could say finalizing mode. I guess mixing and adding stuff to it. But yeah, we got the songs laid out. And yeah, man, I'm liking how this one is also we had all these songs, like different songs, and it was like, yo, we can put another album together, and sure enough.
Yeah. Me too, man. I think like maybe myself personally, I'd like to do probably maybe 3 more.
Okay.
And,
Nice.
Or, about 3 more.
Nice. Yes, what's up?
And it wouldn't. I also was going to voice to you. It wouldn't hurt to do a couple remixes, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We could throw like 1 or 2 remixes on here or something like that. You
think about having maybe Finsta or Jilly beats with beats or some beats for me?
I wasn't really. I was thinking from you.
Okay.
I was thinking from you.
All right.
But yeah, I was thinking from you.
Okay. Yeah. True. All right. So yeah, man, we can definitely touch on that as well. Word up. So yeah, and so this cover, this wasn't like cover I was making like this is gonna be the album cover. It was just like a kind of like a promo thing.
Okay.
We could think of something, later on, or if we wanted to use it or whatever. But yeah, I just figured. I was like, yo, it kind of maybe made him look like you a little bit.
It's funny. If you go on my Instagram, I did it not even thinking about it. I posted a picture that you've seen the picture before, but it was like they reminded me of each other. And afterwards, I looked and I was like, yo, that's kind of crazy that it's the picture reminds me of that cover.
Of that cover, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, man. But man, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I feel like everything we've done has a different vibe. I feel like every project has its own vibe, and I feel like the same with this. I don't know, before the show, I don't know if you read the email. Well, I think you read the email. I think you said you read the email.
Yeah,
it was pretty lengthy.
Yeah, it's all good because we're giving input. That's dope.
I appreciated your detailed email, man. I was like, yo, I appreciated that email.
No doubt.
So I responded. I tried to respond to everything that you addressed in the email.
Right.
And
I liked it too. Like we were saying.
Before we came on, I sent you a text, I believe. Yeah. I sent you a text. And yeah, man, I think the project, I think it's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be dope. Just get the little kinks out or whatever that we got. We got to get out. And it's gonna be
that's
dope.
Nothing. Word. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been doing this how long? Separately, and it's dope that we sit here and vibe and can offer each other critiques and and keep it moving. It's dope.
Yeah.
We'll definitely set up a listening session. For the people's. Once we have it, I'd rather have it like uploaded and ready. On the DSPs, on the band camps, and that way we just hit them with the links. Like boom,
Yep.
You know, be dope.
Yep.
Yeah, gonna support it and yeah, man, and maybe get some artwork done for some merch. Since spring is around the corner.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Dope
sir.
too, you know.
I think in 2024, I would say we probably have 2 projects out.
Yeah.
I would say this, the Essential Paragraphs 2, and the Devotional Service.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Those 2 albums will probably be out this year.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Dope. Words. Hope y'all looking forward to it. That's what's up, Antoine. Yeah, brother. Thank you. Word. Shout out to everyone over there on IG. I know it's Friday, you know, so probably get a lot on a rewatch. We're getting ready for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man. So it's Pisces season 2. 2 weeks. Gonna be my birthday. Actually on Underground Railroad on Thursday. And that Friday is the 30th anniversary of Hard to Earn Gangstar. So that Thursday we're gonna be celebrating the birthday and that album in all day on Underground Railroad. So that should be dope.
Nice.
DJ's putting these sets together in memory of Guru.
Nice.
Can't wait for that. That's gonna be dope.
Guru had like the cleanest set when they would perform, man. When I say clean, I mean just clarity. Like that was something that I always noticed the difference in. Like West Coast groups, quite often their set was cleaner than New York sets. And that often was because of the production.
Okay.
Out of West Coast was using live instrumentation and more musical aspects. So their production a lot of times was cleaner, where we were focused on sample based. It was more sample based.
Right.
But Premier and Gangstar, I just remember how clear. I would always be amazed how clear and crisp their set was. They were live. Like you had to. I can't really express it to you if you haven't ever been in the audience on a Gangstar set.
Right.
Clear, like very crisp. And it would like to make samples sound like that. It's like, yo, I know they recorded a lot in D&D. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Infamous D&D Studios. Or Yo Carter, salute. Yeah, man, that's what's up, man. Rest in peace, man. Gifted Unlimited. We always rep him, man, on Full Blast, man. Anytime. That's one of the greatest groups ever.
One of the most
not from New York. You know?
One of the most unique voices ever.
Yo, what's crazy is Queen City, that's part of the tribe. He had DJ Premier tapes before he was Primo. And it was when he was in college, his boy knew him and he was doing mixtapes when he was in college in Texas.
Wow.
And then he said somewhere he has a cassette still. I was like, bro, those are gems.
Yeah, man.
He's like, yo, I gotta find them. Yeah.
That's dope.
So he had them like right before he was really Premier.
Yeah, that's really dope.
Up with Guru, yeah.
That's really dope.
Man, you gotta archive that. Premier might give you some money for that. You never know.
For real. That's dope.
That's a dope gem to have, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to my brother, Queen City. So, yeah, brother, what you before we get out of here, man, what you got going on this weekend?
No real plans, man. Sunday is my son's birthday. He'll be 9.
Oh, that's what's up. I got 2 of my tribe members the same birthday. We're gonna be doing a mix on Twitch on Sunday.
Nice, man. Shout out to Emmanuel Obadiah Robinson. Happy 9th birthday on Sunday.
Happy 9th. Yes, indeed.
And shout out to the tribe members. Happy birthday as well.
Pisces season.
Yes, sir.
That's dope.
Yes, sir.
Cut mess. Yeah, I'll be I might be live later today. Tomorrow, I'll probably be doing some stuff with my mom. You know what I'm saying? Getting the stuff situated here. And I'll probably be live in the evening, and then Sunday, like I said, I'll be doing a show Sunday. Yo, Wally Fuller said, "Happy born day to your son."
What's up, Wally? What up? That's my man right there. From if you go back and listen to Community Awareness, the song "That's My Man."
Oh yeah,
him rocking with me right there. That's Wally Fuller. When I talk about my first rap name being MC Black,
okay,
it was MC Black and Kowalski. That's Wally Fuller.
I think I had that one loaded up. We might end off the show playing that joint. I think I have that one loaded up.
Yeah, that's my first rhyme partner right there.
That's just, yo, salute, Wally, salute.
Wally Fuller.
I saw it.
Love the Fuller and Highsmith families. Love y'all.
Dope. Well, I'm gonna load it up if I don't have it loaded up. I thought I had it loaded up.
That's my man. That's my man. That's my man. To my man. To my man. To my man.
Yeah, I like that joint. Which album was that again? Let me pull that up.
Community Awareness.
Awareness, right?
Yeah. Towards the end. I believe it's right before Soulmates.
Yup, got it. Featuring Kamal Dawn.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. So yeah, man. Shout out to everyone that tuned in, man. Once again, y'all appreciate y'all supporting Samsung Djaytiger.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, my brother, man. You know how we do, man. Always.
Yes, sir.
And, we'll see y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir.
Salute.
Should be one of the high points of existence. Accomplices who can align their abilities and energies with ours.
My confidant compadre, my buddy, my chum.
My main man, amigo, my dude on the run. My ace-bone coon, my homie, my day one.
I call my brother son cause he shine like one.
Yo, that's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, that's my man.
I can remember mornings going to the smoke shop on the way to school, chewing on a buttered bagel with a couple of my dudes, playing Mortal Kombat in the back, playing it cool as we eased in late and disrupted homeroom. It was me, V, Wally, and Steve with a brown bag full of annihilators, spitting sunflower seeds. About 30 years prior to this, way before we got smacked by reality or had any kids. As time went by, we kept getting taller. Graduated high school, the crew got smaller. The world got bigger than our Long Island corner, and the friendship of two of us got a little stronger. My pops gave a warning, watch who you close to. Remember, friendship is a verb, they gon' show you. Wait until you go through whatever you go through, and only one of them came through. I guess he knew.
My confidant compadre, my buddy, my chum.
My main man, amigo, my dude on the run. My ace-bone coon, my homie, my day one.
I call my brother son cause he shine like one.
Yo, that's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, that's my man. That's my man.
That's just Kowalski.
And MC Black, my son.
That was first contact, me and Sam day one. 34 years later, still the freestyle father. Now you go by Samssun, Uncle Moore, Don Dada. Me and son is balanced, how can that be eroded? We was in the same class when the challenger exploded. Started listening to crime wise words being quoted. And we rock the same Adidas running T.I. promoted. Remember Busy B? Remember Layaway? Either way, it was the spot we couldn't stay away. Remember Black Castles always had a motorcade. It looked like the whole hood, younger to the older grade. Remember talent shows and rapping for the whole school. Welcome to the Terror Dome, that was so cool. Full circle, we back, better stay tuned. Samssun, day one, that's my ace.
My confidant compadre, my buddy, my chum.
My main man, amigo, my dude on the run. My ace-bone coon, my homie, my day one.
I call my brother son cause he shine like one.
Yo, that's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, that's my man. That's my man. That's my man, 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 that's my man.
We used to roll deep, how deep? Deep as a moon crater, deep as James Earl Jones' voice for Darth Vader. Hit me on my pager, I would be right there. If I wasn't part of the pack, we did not fight fair. We threw fists, tables, and chairs, whatever it took. Say my name like Candyman, you got caught with a hook. We got our heads out of the clouds, buried them in some books. I guess reading is instrumental in changing your outlook. I started reading the Bible, my partner became an author. Stop being violent, focused on what's important. Pulling out the driveway, hitting the highway, skidding through the walkway, taking the parkway, sipping on a latte, ordering entrees. Two black men meeting to make moves on a Friday. The more things change, the more they stay the same. We keep shifting gears, but we stay in our lane.
My confidant compadre, my buddy, my chum, my main man amigo, my dude on the run, my ace-born coon, my homie, my day one.
I call my brother son, cause he shine like one.
Yo, that's my man, 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 that's my man.